What is up, everyone? Welcome to the updated game week 9 captaincy picks because I've had to do an updated one because this man here, like you saw, if you saw the video on Tuesday, not Tuesday, yes, Tuesday, this guy here, Lukaku, got injured, which means my old video is completely pointless because it was Lukaku versus Salah, and now I had to do a new one, an updated one. So we got a few new fresh faces. So Vardy, huge possible captaincy option now, or not, probably not captain because now I think Salah is the favorite, but Vardy could be an option because a lot of people are going to be looking to move in Lukaku to Vardy as a swap. Another one which I told you guys before would be Antonio. He was someone else as well that I mentioned in the previous video. That could be an option who's playing Spurs. Spurs not that great defensively, and Antonio could be an option. So let's go into it. But before we get into it, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment down below who you're going to be captain this week. Check out the podcast as well. We had a massive discussion on whether Salah would be a good captain or not. That we did yesterday. We were comparing a bit to Lukaku, but now Lukaku is not there. But I still think Salah is a good captaincy option. And also, I did an article for Fantasy Football Community about Salah, looking at Salah as a captaincy option, whether he's a viable captaincy option against United. We looked at the stats, we looked at his past season performances as well against the top 8 of the Premier League last season, as well as Man United, and how he has performed as well to see whether he is a viable captaincy option against Man United this week. Now, I know United beat Atalanta 3-2, and going into the Liverpool game, they will be on a real high in terms of momentum because of that, or confidence. But their defensive struggles were exposed in the first half. And if that happens against Liverpool, I don't think there is a comeback against Liverpool, because I don't think Liverpool are going to allow a comeback. Now, game week 9 fixtures, this thankfully I still don't have to change because it's based on stats. The teams in green are the top 4 best teams in those respective stats. So minutes per XG, top 4 best teams are Liverpool, Leicester, Brentford, and West Ham United. In terms of defense, it's City, Leicester again, Everton, and Arsenal. So those are the top 4 teams for expected goals, and expected goals considered best, the top 4 best. The yellow is basically the next 4, so from 5 to 8, and red are basically the bottom 4. So you can see United are bottom 4, or they're basically 19th for expected goals conceded. This is the last 4 game weeks, by the way. So that's why I'm thinking, again, Salah is still a really good captaincy option. But now that we don't have Lukaku, or Timo Werner even for that sake, people are looking, who can we go and find as a captaincy option? Now, I mentioned Antonio as a good option because Tottenham's defense is alright, but West Ham are top 4 for attack in the last 4 game weeks. That's why I'm thinking of Antonio as a secondary option. What if we want a third option? Leicester, again, top 4 teams for attack, also defense. But keep in mind, Brentford are decent, but Brentford are also very attacking. So it could be an end-to-end game. Leicester do like to counter-attack as well, so that could probably help in their favor if it's going to be an end-to-end game versus Brentford. So that could possibly help Vardy. Vardy has been very consistent as well in the last few weeks, scoring goals. So he's another captaincy option. Apart from that, people have been talking about Alonso captain. I don't really know if I'll captain Alonso, to be honest, because we're not really sure if he's going to start or not start. That's a bit of a problem. If you don't know if he's going to start or not, I don't know. You could probably captain Havertz. Havertz at this point, I think, is going to be the one playing for Chelsea in the false 9 position. So you could probably captain him, but there are no numbers to back it up in terms of how he will perform against Norwich. So that's why I would like to go with maybe a few players who are a bit more on form and probably guaranteed to at least do a bit better. But okay, now we've spoken about Salah a lot. Okay, let's go into some stats to see how Vardy and Antonio and all compare as well. So having said all of that, this is, let me bring it up. Okay, we're on the Fantasy Football Scout members area. So go check it out. Link in the description if you want to sign up to the Fantasy Football Scout members area. I think there's a trial going out for a week where you can try it out for free, and then if you like it, you can sign up for the membership. Link in the description below. Check it out. Now, this is basically This table here is a one stat to rule them all table, where we just look at the key stats for players from all positions. And Vardy in the last 4 game weeks, this is so we check a minimum of 1 start, 1 goal attempt in the box, and an XGI of minimum at least 1. So this is Vardy. Vardy is right on top of there for XG non-penalty in the last 4 game weeks. Salah just below, so that's why I think Vardy could be a really good captaincy option. Mbeumo is there, interestingly, but I probably wouldn't put it on Mbeumo because I don't think he's a good captaincy option. He's like a expected lively in terms of like Traore as well, very similar style of player, but a bit more possibility of finishing. But I still wouldn't captain him. Ronaldo is up second, but Ronaldo is going against Liverpool. Ronaldo did score the winner against Atalanta, which is pretty good, but Liverpool are a bit more stronger in their defense. So I wouldn't captain Ronaldo. If you had Ronaldo, I think would you get rid of Ronaldo now? Let's see, because there might be people who had Ronaldo and were thinking of getting rid of him this week for Lukaku. You could probably get rid of him and bring in maybe Harry Kane as an option. But below Ronaldo is Antonio. Again, my captaincy option: Salah, Vardy, Antonio. All of them in the top 5 expected goals non-penalty in the last 4 game weeks. That's why I'm like thinking they're good options. Shots inside the box. Vardy and Salah on the same number of shots inside the box. Antonio on 11, just behind. Big chances. Salah has 5, Vardy has 4. Shots on target, it's slightly different, but not too much of a difference. Expected goal involvement, Vardy and Salah same again. Chances created, almost similar. Goals also, Vardy just 1 more goal more than Salah in the last 4. And if you guys have been watching the podcast, you would have seen that we've had Vardy in the panel team, and he's been getting us the goals every single time in that panel team. So I think he'll be a really good option if you want to captain him this week. And then there's Heung-min Son. If anyone has Heung-min Son, could be a decent option, but the Spurs are playing West Ham United, and West Ham United are decent defensively, but I wouldn't say West Ham United are great defensive. And I think they could be good. That's why I think you can see Son here. You can also see Kane just a bit below on here. There you go. So just a bit below Kane, just below Mane. Kane's also there as an option. So they could probably score a goal or two. They've been getting on some form recently. And Kane is, I think, only 5% owned. So in the Prem. Okay, so here we are. Kane. Harry Kane. There you go. 5.5% own. He could be a huge differential for captaincy option as well. Even just owning him could be a huge differential. So he's a huge differential. Son 15% own. Not too bad. Still a pretty decent differential. So again, Kane, good option. Son also a good option as captaincy. But my top 3 would be Salah probably first right now. Vardy second. Antonio third. I'll probably go like that. That will be my options, I think, in terms of captaincy. So hopefully this helped you in looking at it. These guys are really good. If you want, we can probably look a bit more into them. So what we can do is compare them. So let's go Vardy. So we can compare Vardy with Antonio, because it's between those two, I think, for the next, and we'll see. So this is Antonio's heat map over here, which you can see, and you can see Vardy's heat map as well. Vardy a bit more like involved in the box. He's got the 5 goals to Antonio. Antonio is a bit on a dry spell, which is why I favor Vardy as my second option. Vardy, like in terms of expected goals, he's up there. Antonio just behind, but not too far behind. In terms of touches in the final third, Antonio has more touches in the final third, interestingly. But Leicester's defense, Leicester before, they didn't have some of the defenders who have now come back. So I think that could actually help Leicester a bit more as well. And you saw it against United as well, right? They were able to pressure United, hold United at bay as well. So could help United, could help the Leicester going forward. and probably improve Vardy's stats as well a bit more. Goal involvement, Vardy is a bit more higher. Minutes per goal, Vardy obviously is significantly higher because Antonio hasn't been getting a few options recently. But minutes per attempt, look at this. 20.7 from Antonio, 24 minutes per attempt from Vardy. Not too different. Oh, I realize that you guys can't fully see. Okay, there we go. Not too different minutes per attempt. 20.7 from Antonio and 24 from Vardy. Not too different from both of them. So it's quite good. Those are actually quite good stats. If they're taking quite a few attempts, that's like about 3 or 4 attempts per game. So that's not too bad as well. What else? Chances created. Antonio is going to create more chances for his team as well. So there's an option that he could also get a few assists. Good possibility that. Vardy, on the other hand, is the pure striker. He's not going to create as much for his teammates. So maybe you could say while Vardy has a higher chance of scoring a goal, Antonio probably has a high chance of maybe also getting an assist or something on the side as well. The only thing is they're playing Spurs. We still are not fully sure. I think Spurs' defense is not that great yet. So I think West Ham can get at them. So which is why probably Antonio is also a really good option. But both are pretty good options. Anyways, that's just for Antonio and Vardy. Having said that, I still think Salah probably trumps both of them in terms of form, in terms of Liverpool being a really good attacking team. Going up against a United team that's defensively has, even against Atalanta, was exposed in the first half. So there are a few things that have to be considered. It's up to you guys how much risk you want to take. Obviously, the United versus Liverpool game is a massive derby game. So in those type of games, anything can happen. Solskjaer could also try to play very defensively, try to keep it tight at the back and not concede. But I don't think this United team have the ability to do that, to lock out a team. They kept 1 clean sheet in the last 20, which is a very bad stat. And that's why I just think like Salah probably will score at this point because the defense is just so bad at United. So that's just my thoughts on the captaincy. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching. Put it down in the comments below. Who are you looking at bringing in for Lukaku as a replacement? And who are you thinking of captaining as well? Are you going to captain Salah or Vardy or Antonio? Let me know down in the comments. Also, tomorrow we'll be doing a team selection video live on YouTube at 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. Australian Daylight Savings Time, which is, I think it's 9:30 a.m. UK. I'll just put it on Twitter. Check my Twitter out. But 8:30 p.m. Sydney time in Australia. Tomorrow, live on YouTube, we'll be doing a live team selection where you guys can ask your questions as well. And we'll look through some stats and see if you're thinking of bringing a few players, we can look through some stats tomorrow and have and see whether they're actually good options to bring in. So thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a good week and hope your arrows be green. See you all later.
I'm walking